Joining us now, he's got a trio of fast dudes, one of which we'll talk to in the 5 o'clock hour. I'll tell you who coming up in a minute. But Mike Shank of Meyer Shank Racing is on the Eddie Moore Automotive Group hotline. Man, it seems like a while, Mike, you've been on here. I apologize, man. I love talking to you, but I was thinking about it a moment ago, and it seems like it's been way too damn long.
Well, listen, I'm glad to be back on, and looking forward to a great weekend. Hopefully dodge some rain here on Sunday, but couldn't be more happy to be out here at the Speedway again, and a lot of excitement here, I'll tell you.
Mike, I'm curious, and I don't want to talk about anything negatively with the weather on Sunday, but I am curious, as a team with your trio of drivers, what is the approach if something like that occurs? What's the game plan, I guess I would ask?
Well, there's a couple ways to think of this. We got to think about the race and the Indy 500 and what are the options. What could they do if, let's say, they get the track dry? We have 6 Air Titans here now from NASCAR that we're going to use to help if there's a problem. If they get it dry and we get going and we get to lap 101, they could call the race. That's an official race. So how do you strategize for a 101-lap race or inevitable 135, we get a big storm? So it really tricks the dynamic up from a strategy standpoint. So we got to talk all that through and find out all the resource we can on meteorologists, to be honest with you, and have one on call.
Yeah. Do you guys have one on call right now?
I'm working on it as we speak, actually. So
you want any recommendations here locally? Do you need any?
Yeah,
or you're pretty much on target. I know a lot of these guys. I can tell you this. It is. I mean, it's especially for them. It's tough because you don't. It's weird being around here, and you know this as well. Like where I am at Eagle Creek at Rick's Boatyard right now, it could be absolutely pissing and pouring. But, if you're over at IMS, and that's about 5-6 miles away, it may not be doing anything. So it's tough to judge as far as that's concerned around here.
We just try to be as prepared as we can, and have done, at least feel like we've done everything we can to fight the weather demons. But listen, let's just hope we don't come to that. We look forward to having everyone out to Carb Day tomorrow. And a huge crowd, I think 340,000 plus people, Doug Bolt says. So, man, I can't wait. Get back to full spirit of this place.
So Mike Shank of Meyer Shank Racing joins us. And one more thing regarding that, too. So have they given you kind of a game plan just in case of inclement weather on Sunday?
Yeah, we've got, listen, we want more than anything to get this race in on Sunday. And we can run, what can we run till, 9 o'clock or 9:30, I'd say? So
right.
I think that's the number one priority. And then if we can't do that, then we'll do on Monday. And I would say, there's some odds that we can get it in on Monday. So we look forward to that. Hopefully not, because you remember, we have to be in Detroit by Thursday morning for the next race. So this gets real tricky for all of us,
Mike Shank, that's good information, and you're exactly right, because you kind of wonder. Then you start looking longer term about, the effects of if it is continual wet weather around here. But, yeah, we're not going to worry about that. It's going to be dry, and everything's going to be good coming up on Sunday. That's going to be our thought. I want your thought on your trio of drivers. I talked to Leo earlier this week. Tom's going to join me in the 5 o'clock hour. Haven't heard from Felix. But how do you like the way that your cars, your drivers, your team is performing going into Sunday?
I really like it, to be quite honest with you. I think we're as prepared as we've ever been. I think we've taken a noticeable step up in performance just within our own team from last year, which I'm anxious to see how that works on race day, obviously. But we got 2 hours tomorrow to see where we are at in race trim. We've made some gains. Felix right now, first year with us, he's 5th in points right now. He's finished in the top 10 every single race. He has had already 1 pole. We're really on a great momentum arc with him right now. Love having him on board. Tom's a rookie. He's just really getting rolling. He's having good days and bad days like you do at rookies sometimes, but he's got a runway to really do well also. So I like our performance. We got to have some luck, too, like when we won in 2021. We had just a perfect day. And, honestly, we want to be a part of that 5th win with Helio Castroneves. I mean, if it's not this year, it's next year then. This guy deserves to make kind of, in my mind, world history, and we want to be a part of that,
I know that he's got minority ownership, partnership, or whatever. We talked about that a couple of days ago, too. In one of these days, if that is his choice to become, maybe a full-time owner, what type of owner do you think he's going to be? His knowledge is just absolutely fantastic. I could listen to him all day. But, just beyond the driver-owner partnership, how do you think he would do once he ends up moving on to what I think to be that anticipated next level?
He's going to be great. That's why this is exactly, why we did this. You get a sense, having been around him a bit, he engages everybody, right? So whether we're courting a potential partner or at a dinner with a current one or whatever it is, he is the man to sit at that table with. He's got stories for days. He makes you feel welcome and like you're part of his family, and it's hard to find that kind of quality of person just in general, right? And we need that when we're out selling and trying to find sponsors and partners to do things with here, And we value him highly. It changed my life personally and my family, my business, when he won the 500 for us. So that can never be paid back, in my opinion.
What do you ever think about, and obviously this is hypothetical, but I'm curious, ever think about, had he not won that race and things were different, where would you be right now with this?
I'd still be trying. I wouldn't have stopped trying, right? I'd just try harder. Listen, we lose in baseball terms. We bat like 200, right? In general, you lose more than you win. We're used to continually getting beat, but also continually pushing through that crap, right? And how do we get better? And we treat our team like athletes in stick and ball sports. We analyze things, we tape things, we break things down, we try to find performance in pit stops, performance in the car. We treat it as a top-level professional sport in the U.S. And just because we don't win doesn't mean we stop. It means we double down, we go harder.
The reason why I brought that up, too, is I just want people to truly understand not just, the moment where everybody is great and you kiss the bricks and the milk is brought out, but the impact, the effect that a win like that has overall to not just that moment, Mike, but to the longer-term future for a race team.
It's the gift that never stops giving, truly the definition of that term, that saying. It always is with us. It's my Borg Warner is on display in the lobby of my team over in Columbus, Ohio. It is the world to me. It's everything I lived for as a kid growing up in east side of Columbus. Never thought I'd actually get there, I guess, truly. But when I did, I just relished that. And we had a humongous party. It was awesome.
I think I asked this before, and I apologize if I did and you answered it, but how are you as a driver? How do you look yourself in the mirror and go, hey, that's who I was as a driver?
Well, I'll tell you, it turns out that I was only slightly above average, even though I thought I was great, right? But the truth is, having the talent I've had in my team since those years have gone by, I had average talent. It turns out I don't think I had the mental capacity, really, not physical, but mental. There's a lot of chess match inside and moves ahead of moves and seeing the whole picture even when it's not in front of you. Like, it's a lot of psychological stuff. And I just don't think I was wired for it. And I think it worked out like it's supposed to. I never had to get a real job for a living. I got to race cars still to this day. Hey, man,
you can probably tell I thoroughly enjoy having you on whenever you come on the show. You're a wealth of knowledge, and you have covered, so many aspects of what you love and just been so hugely a part of everything. There's not a better resource out there than you for all of this too, man. I appreciate you coming on as always, and please feel free to jump on anytime because I know people love hearing about it. Not only just the driver side of it, but just what else this whole thing entails to get to where you are and then to get to the next level, man. It's encouraging to hear from you from that standpoint, and hopefully we do it again very soon, Mike. I appreciate your time as always.
Anytime. Good luck, and we'll see everyone out here this weekend, man.